発で一息に押しつぶす。波動の99五竜天滅。
Alright, what is going on, guys? Spiteful is back again, coming at you with another Should You Summon video. Now, this banner is honestly kind of interesting. I don't think it's too crazy. I haven't seen the fillers yet, so I mean, it could be crazy. Let's just get right into it. Steps 1, 6, and 11 of the 10x summons, only 50 orbs, as you can see here. Steps 5, 10, and 15 of the 10x summons guarantees a 5-star, does not guarantee a banner. That's really important. Now, there's going to be 6 main featured banner characters and then 6 fillers. Okay, cool. So, Aizen, Mayuri, Yamamoto, Soifon, Nemu, and Toshiro. You have some pretty okay fillers here. Stark and Kenpachi, in my opinion, being the notables. Shunsui is a Chronicle Quest bonus unit. Kisuke is pretty... I mean, Kisuke I think he's a holo killer. I know that he's a team booster, so he's actually somewhat remotely useful for for guild quests if you need a booster for that. Tsukishima's okay. Retsu, in my opinion, is probably one of the worst characters. She's not... It's just that every single red character that fits her niche just does her job significantly better. Going into the characters themselves, we can go into the pool. I just want to see exactly what the rates are, because this is one of those banners that you have to unlock rates, which I hate personally. So step 1, it's 50 orbs, but 3% chance. Step 2, 3% chance. Step 3, 4%. 4, 6. Step 5 is going to be 100% chance to get a 5-star per character. Not quite sure what the rate is going to be for this. Like if it's 6% rates at step 5, it's very possible. Step 5, 8% chance, but only 9 pulls because 1 is guaranteed. So you're not going to be staying on step 5 for too long. One thing to note though is like step 4 and 5, like you do have a pretty good rate of actually pulling a banner character. Just because like you have a little bit more than a, what is it? You have like a 3% chance over here, and then you have a... let's pull out the calculator because this is a little too much for me. And then you have a 4% chance on step... well, you have a 4% chance per, like, each individual of the 9 summons that you do on step 5. And then step 5, don't forget, you also have a 50% chance on the first actual character. So not a bad chance of actually getting a banner. The problem is, if you're looking for that one individual character, it's sad because you kind of want to... I'm not gonna lie, I'd love to recommend summoning on this banner, but honestly, unless you're a new player or you're a whale, I would really recommend you guys skip this banner, just because the only real meta-changing characters in this banner that are worth actually getting and using, like Yamamoto's kind of... I don't want to say he's outdated, I still think he's top 10 speed units, but there's just other alternatives. Mayuri, there's so much better heart alternatives, such as Soifon, Kenpachi, not Stark, but... but you get the idea. Aizen, there's plenty of new mind characters such as Zombie Toshiro. Nemu's an amazing power character, and Kenpachi. So you have like what? Yamamoto, Soifon, Nemu, Toshiro, Kenpachi. So that's 5 characters. Mayuri's pretty good. I'm not gonna say he's not bad. It's just like him not having a full screen, I feel like hurts him a little bit more than it should. And Aizen, I don't think Aizen's bad either. I just don't like his kit at all, and it's not fun for me to play. And I just feel like it hurt him a little too much. Honestly, I think if this Aizen came out this year and had Havoc 20% and Berserker 20%, I think he'd be so much better. But since he doesn't have that, and he has like Barrier, which is pretty much a PvP skill unless you're like really bad at the game, it's kind of pointless. So going into the actual characters, let me actually click here. I'm gonna pull this to the other side and actually pull up the character. Do you approve of Trump? Nah. Nah. Bro, what is it with these like politicians now, bro? Like, I swear they're picking like the worst people to run against each other. Alright, so going into Kisuke, yeah, so Holo Killer, Stamina Recovery Link 25%. Not a bad link, it's an enhanced link, but I feel like that getting an enhanced link for Stamina Recovery kind of hurts you a little bit in this day and age. So Debilitator plus 5 seconds, Enhancer along with Paralysis on his attacks except for his boost. It's not too shabby. I think you would want him on the back lines if you're trying to run him for just the boost. 900 radius, 3rd strong attack, kind of iffy. Lunge, 1st strong attack. Nothing too special. Like, he does have Frenzy, which is nice, but like 732 spiritual pressure. Nah, I'm good, G. Going into Tsukishima, I feel like he's a normal attack damage unit, but he kind of falls short. I've seen some transcended ones that do okay, but That's the thing. They just do okay. A bruiser of 60% with some, I believe he has a bleeding NAD, but correct me if I'm wrong. He does have bombardment, but since he's made to be a NAD character to begin with, it's kind of wasted. Berserker 40%, bruiser 40%. I feel like he was meant to be like some weird hybrid because 731 attack is really high attack for that time. But he also got a 660 spiritual pressure, which normally you would get like, what's the word I'm looking for? Normally you would get something akin to like 640. Like if I find the Retsu, like her spiritual pressure is like 622, like specifically made for NAD, right? So normal attack damage, bruiser 80%, right? So I feel like that kind of like, I feel like he's just wibble wobbling everywhere, and then a second strong attack also is like a barrier instead of a boost. And barriers without a boost or a heal, in my opinion, just feel like kind of like a waste. Going into Stark, I don't think he's bad. I actually think this Stark's actually pretty good, not gonna lie. 741 spiritual pressure, a little bit low for like this day standards. Strong attack damage 25%, along with a frenzy, long reach, devastation 40%, bruiser 20%, sprinter +1. His actual attacks are the 475, I believe. Whose first strong attack is that? Literally a special first strong attack, but it does have a lot of range. It does have range collision, which is kind of iffy. 575 radius because of his second strong attack is like the same as like a boost attack, which is not good. And his third strong attack is just a standard full screen. Like, he's not bad. He's okay. I feel like he could have been better for his time. The strong attack damage plus 25% would have been nice if he was a SAR 14, but yeah. Going into Shunsui, all you really need to know is he's okay. I don't think he's bad. He's pretty bad. Let me stop playing. He's bad, guys. He's bad. He has laceration on everything, so you can use him to like try to burn down an enemy in Senkaimon, like the boss stages. But for the most part, you're only going to be using him for the Chronicle Quest bonus. Retsu, I feel like she doesn't really have any place. Like, literally for Hollow Killer, there's... if I just quickly click here, reset, filter, go to red, and then go to Hollow Killers, like, you'll see that there's just plenty of... Oh, oops, I clicked. Hollow Affiliation, let's click there. Yeah, you'll see that there's so many Hollow Killers that just do her job so much better than she does. And that's, like, kind of sad. Like, I'd even argue that Jackie's a better character for Hollow Killers. Yeah, you wouldn't want to run her in, like, during Hollow Week. She does have a barrier and a heal on her ultimate, but you're not going to want to run her as the main runner, unfortunately. Like, she doesn't really have a place. If you get her 5-5, good for you. If you want to max Transcender for all intents and purposes, do you, baby. Like, that's it. Going into Kenpachi, probably one of my favorite characters in this entire banner. Strong attack damage plus 25%. He does have a Berserker of 40%, so he's getting an extra 65% to his strong attacks. And then he does have Frenzy. He has hidden enemy chance 100%, so he has a built-in Zeta Ball, as well as Poise and Sprinter +1. He has a devastation of 60% with 788 spiritual pressure, and since he has a transformation mechanic built into his special, he'll not only get an extra 25% to his mags, but he will actually reset all of his cooldowns, and then after 30 seconds, he will transform back and then reset his cooldowns again. So one of my favorite parts of this character is literally going in, dealing massive PP with your strong attacks, using your ultimate, getting all your strong attacks back, using all your strong attacks again, getting the cooldown off, using your strong attacks again, transformation wears off, and then you get all your strong attacks again. It's pretty nutty, and honestly, it's probably one of my favorite mechanics in the game. I wish K-Lab would implement it a bit more, but as of right now, it's kind of... This entire transformation mechanic has been kind of limited for the most part in terms of releases this year. Going into Toshiro, very, very good character. Strong attack recharge, link minus 12%, probably one of the better Arankar killers for Mind, along with Candace. Berserker 20%, no Havoc, Frenzy, Poise, and Sprinter +1. Debilitator +5 seconds with freeze on his attacks. Devastation 40%. He does have weaken on his second strong attack, which is kind of weird. He has 2 lunges. 475 radius, first strong attack, lunge. Second strong attack is a 575 lunge with a little bit more what is the word I'm looking for? With more length to it. Doesn't really have it doesn't have like more width, just more length. And then his third strong attack is a 975 radius AoE in front. Personally, one of my favorite strong attacks. Going into Nemu, she's probably one of the better Hollow killers, especially for power. Soul Reaper Hollow killer, so she doesn't run that disadvantage in Inheritance Zone week when there's Captain killers. Berserker 20%, Havoc 20%, Frenzy, Long Reach plus 20%, and Sprinter plus 2. Very, very strong character. She does have a revive mechanic on her ultimate, which actually makes her really nice for places such as, so what I'm looking for like epic raids whenever she's bonus. First strong attack is a lunge with 570 radius. Second strong attack is the 3000 length beam, which is nutty. And then third strong attack is the 1200 radius AoE. The second strong attack, I don't particularly like the 3000 radius beam. I like the 960 just massive AoE in front of you. But it's not a bad second strong attack by any means. I just wish that it had the cooldown of the first strong attack, since this strong attack can be used as a first on some characters. Going into the actual, like, what is it called? Going into round 5, Soifon, and then we have Yamamoto, and then we have, oh, I didn't go over Mayuri. We'll go over that in a bit, and Aizen. Let's just hash out Mayuri first. First and foremost, Mayuri is a Soul Reaper captain with Soul Reaper killer. My issue with him isn't that he's bad, but there's just better options for Soul Reaper killers. You have Tokinata, you have Desert Society, Rukia, who you will actually probably use more because of the Link Slot Potion skill. Going into the Soul Tree, all status ailment immunity, which is nice. Berserker plus 20%, Frenzy, no Havoc unfortunately. Debilitator plus 5 seconds with paralysis on his attacks instead of the normal poison that he gets. Sprinter plus 2 and weakened defense on his ultimate. Weakened defense and devastation plus 40% is pretty nice considering he paralyzes the enemy with the debilitator 5 seconds, could be good. Sprinter plus 2 is nice, however his third strong attack doesn't have the 1000 radius that I personally like for the newer characters. He has the 3000 radius beam, but without Havoc 20%, it turns into just a 2500 length beam. And then the first strong attack is the standard lunge. Not a bad character, not by any means, not in my opinion, but I feel like he could have been better if he was just given Havoc 20%. I think if he was given Havoc 20% instead of something like the Bruiser or weakened defense, I think he would have been such a stronger character. Going into Soifon, probably one of my favorite characters of round 5, if not my favorite just in general. She has an Arankar killer built into her normal attack damage. She has a bruiser of just 20%. I could have swore she had a bruiser 20. Oh right, she came out before that time. My bad. So bruiser of 20% with her normal attack damage link, right? Her soul trait. She has Enhancer, she has Flurry, she has Poise, and Long Reach 20%, which you can definitely feel that Long Reach on her. Devastation plus 20% and Berserker 30%. Kind of throwaway abilities in my opinion. Sprinter plus 1, but she's a Soifon, so she has 4 flash steps, just like Yoruichi. And going into her actual stuff, her second strong attack actually has a transformation mechanic. It is not the same as the transformation mechanics that take place on your ultimate, because you will gain the 20% actually, what is it called? What is the magnifications for this in particular? So 120%, strong attack 1 goes to 140%. So the NAD gets an increase of roughly 10% extra damage. So she gets 10% extra damage as well as the 20-second boost, which is really, really, really strong because since she's a NAD character, she's going to get a 33% boost to her attack, her defense, and her focus. So if you happen to have like a dupe of her, like honestly, unlocking attack and focus is more than enough for her to deal big dick damage, bro. Like, oh, she's good. She's good. Not only that, but her third strong attack is a standard full screen. First strong attack is a lunge, and then her second strong attack is actually a walking, what is it called? A walking vortex around herself, which means that you will be guard breaking the enemies just fine should they not be Arankars. Now, since she does have an Arankar killer and she is a melee unit, she will not need to guard break them because they do not have any melee guard. However, if you're going up against a Soul Reaper or a Hollow, you will encounter those enemies that do have guard. Going into Yamamoto, probably like he is actually the first character with D's so-called God kit, right? And he has a Hollow killer along with strong attack recharge minus 12%, bruiser 20%, frenzy, immunity to fire and freeze, which I feel like were completely wasted, bro. If he got Berserker, I think he would be competing with the characters that are coming out with now. I don't think he's bad. I still think he's top 10. I just think he could have been so much better if he was given Havoc or Berserker. Devastation 40% with burn on all of his attacks. And then his first strong attack is the beam. Second strong attack 800 radius AoE in front. And then strong attack 3 is just going to be the standard full screen. Just overall a very good value unit. I don't think he's bad by any means. I know that I'm talking a little bit down on him because he didn't get Berserker Havoc, but I mean, like, this banner just didn't get it. Going into Muken Aizen, probably the biggest disappointment of 2019. Going into him, he's a Hollow Killer. He is a sad excuse of a Aizen. Last ditch survival 100%, so he'll revive. Star barrier plus 10, sprinter plus 1. Honestly, this character was literally invented to die, bro. Like, you have last ditch for the people who can't stay alive. He has star barrier for those who can't dodge, mainly myself. Debilitator plus 5 seconds with weaken on all of his attacks. Devastation 40%, bruiser 20%, and of course he has frenzy. One thing to note about this character is he has the only double charge third strong attacks in the game. First strong attack is a shave style strong attack 1. This means that it is a slow moving projectile forward with range collision that does multiple hits, but the magnification is caquita. It's crap. It's literally trash. Second strong attack is a crawling vortex with 425 radius AoE. I wish that he had Havoc. It would have been so much better. And his strong attack 3 has a 700 radius. When you charge it for 3 seconds, it becomes a 900 radius AoE distant, AoE in front with very strong damage. And when you hold it for a massive 24 seconds, the damage from 120% magnification will actually quadruple in damage. But keep in mind, like I said, you're holding it for 24 seconds, and then you have to wait another 24 seconds for the cooldown to come back, right? And if you take damage during this 24-second charge, you lose it because he doesn't have poise. So that's like unfortunate because it's kind of funny because if you think about it, you charge it for like 24 seconds, and you would think that you're safe with your little star barrier plus 10, but the star barrier goes away in 20 seconds. So fully charging this third strong attack is kind of whack, especially considering that it's only a quote-unquote full screen. Like, if it was like 1200 radius, I think it would be a bit nicer, but like the fact that you could potentially miss your enemies if they're too far away from you kind of sucks, because this is an AoE around you instead of AoE in front, like the non-charged and the semi-charged, I suppose, single charge, I don't know how you want to call it, but like he does have weaken on all of his attacks. He's not bad. I just call him a disappointment because I expect a lot more when it comes to my Aizens, my Ichigos, my Okioras, and my Kenpachis. Like, for example, Kenpachi, this Kenpachi did not disappoint, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I get that people were a bit disappointed with this Aizen, but I don't think he's bad. I just think that he could have been a bit better. That's all. But I'm going to leave it at that. You know, guys, grind on, catch up him, you'll stay blessed. Whether or not you should summon, honestly, I'd say be very, very careful. If you have the spare orbs to summon, like, I wouldn't really advise going past step 6. Yeah, I wouldn't advise going past, like, step 6. Like, if you do step 5, you might as well do step 6, fit the orbs, right? But don't do past steps. Like, don't do step 7 or past that. After that, you're playing with your life right there, bro. Like, I expect crazy OP banners to come out later on this year. Let's be real here. K-Lab wants to make money. K-Lab is going to try their best to make money. They came out with this new Ichigo, which is pretty busted, and then literally, well, they came out with the Ichigo and Byakuya, which were completely busted, so whales definitely went out for that. And then they released Hashwald, which, let's be real here, is an even bigger whale unit. So we'll see exactly what goes down. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. You guys, grind on, catch up him, stay blessed. I wish you the best luck with your summons. Let me know how deep you plan to go on this banner, if you're going in at all. Nocte, I'm looking at you. Please be careful. Please be careful. Anyways, stay blessed. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.